Hi, I'm Joni Jarrett, and I'm here to tell you another God encounter story that happened in Edinburgh, Scotland. One evening when we were having service at another location, our friends had walked in that we knew, a husband and a wife, and they had someone that they had just met from across the street at a grocery store. I discovered this later after we encountered this lady. The service was going well, and we had great worship that night, and Eric shared a message, and I could tell this lady was new to this kind of setting, and she hadn't been in this kind of setting before. It appeared that way anyway. And after the prayer, the ministry went on of the word, and after we had worshipped and done some songs, we had an invitation to ask anyone if they had any needs to come forward, and we would be happy to pray with them. And this lady that I'm referring to and our friends walked forward, and I remember asking her what she would like prayer for, and I'd be happy to pray along with her. And it was something superficial and kind of surface, and so I said sure, I'd be happy to, and asked her where she was from, and she really wasn't from that area, but she I prayed with her about the need that she asked me to, but I had this very deep God thought that something else needed to be prayed for, that she had a deeper need, and I said, I just feel that maybe we should pray for your daughter. Do you have a daughter? And she did, and she began to cry, and she said, I do, and she's a squatter. Now in Scotland that means that they're living in a location that's really, that they have taken over some abandoned property, and there's others living there probably with her, and maybe some drugs are involved or whatever. And maybe for what we would consider a crack house here or something. So I began to pray with her about her daughter. She said, no one should have to live like this. No one should have to live like this. And she's referring to her daughter. And you could tell the love that she had for her daughter and the pain that this lady was in about it. And she said, I'm trying my best to earn money for her and myself. And you could tell she was a very nicely dressed and groomed lady that you could tell was a hard worker. And she said, trying to earn enough for us to live and to eat. And she said, I also have some other folks living with me that are depending on me. And so you could tell that she had way more responsibility than a normal person should. And as we began to pray, we both sensed the presence of God, and it was beautiful. But after it was over, really just thought, maybe we should give her, I didn't have much money on me personally, neither did Eric, and we talked, Eric and I, and we decided to give her all of the collection that we had collected that night in the offering. So we went to the velvet bag with the wooden handles, and we just took her to the back of the church and said, just open your purse, we're just going to give you some money for your journey home. And she opened her purse up, and in just disbelief, she was just watching me. And we just emptied everything that we had collected that night into her purse. And we gave her a big hug, and she had accepted the Lord that night into her life. And she was escorted out by our friend and his wife, who left the building, and they took her across the street and bought 2 grocery carts full of groceries that evening as well. But when she was leaving the building, tears were just streaming down her face, because, as you can imagine, here's someone who doesn't go to church, had never been in our type of church, and feeling lonely, down, degraded, unworthy, broken, and leaves loved and cared for and prayed with, and her needs met. It's just the story of the love of God that I wanted to share with you.